You like Huey Lewis in the news?
They're okay.
Their early work was a little too new wave for my taste.
You know what? I kind of like their early work personally, but hey, welcome to Heroes for Hire Comic Club. It's, um, oh, I got an echo coming in. We got good, bad cinema tonight. But it's part of the PCP movie night with Pop Culture Philosophers. So I'm collaborating with Robbie from Pop Culture Philosophers and Fable from One Collection Down. It's going to be March Madness all month long. We'll talk about what's coming up later, but I want to bring on my guests in no particular order, but it's always good to have them here. First up, he's never made a killing in Wall Street like Patrick Bateman. But I would trust him more than Patrick Bateman for sure. So, we got Big Jeff.
I wish I made a killing in Wall Street.
Just not that way, right? Okay.
Oh, not that way. No.
Yeah. We'll do it that way. We got another guest here. He's a man of many talents, a musician, storyteller. He even sells comics, and he's a lover of comic books. And he's one of my best friends that I've met in the community, besides Jeff, of course. I don't want Jeff getting mad at me. But we got Psychotronic Gun.
Oh, he's one of my best friends too, Big Jeff. Big Jeff.
And then we have another guy that's quickly becoming one of my good friends. I remember I was introduced to him a few months back. He started watching my videos. He's been a great supporter of the channel. I finally was honored to be on a panel with him the other day, and I invited him to come on this panel. And hopefully he'll be back for many more for March Madness. We got Metal Elf Collectibles. Chad, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it.
Guys, I can't hear you.
Uh-oh. Audio difficulties.
Sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you.
Okay.
All right. Well, back out. And then, hold on. Yeah, can you hear me now?
No.
All right, just back out, exit, and come back. I'll let you back in. And we'll wait on you. I'm gonna say hi to the chat. We have a just to exit out.
To me earlier.
Yeah, it happened yesterday for Jeff too. So we got a poll up here. It's American Psycho. Is it the best serial killer movie ever? We'll find out by you guys vote. But also in the chat, I pinned the trailer for this movie because I don't want to play it. Every time I play a trailer, I get in trouble. All right. Well, hey, Chad, back out. Tell him to back out. Can you hear? Ask if you can hear. If y'all can hear him. Can you hear anybody else but me?
Oh, he just took his ear.
All right.
You got to unmute your mic. There you go.
Can you hear us?
Well, if he mutes his mic, that just means we can't hear him.
Right, because he has to unmute it. You might have to back all the way out, back in, go back in.
Yeah, I couldn't hear me. And I was trying to tell him that.
I'm not hearing anything.
Somebody, I'll send him a message on.
Matt did in the chat. Just pull up the chat.
He'll figure it out.
Well, he's got to leave and then come back.
No. Go into the chat. Matt in the chat. Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to message him.
There you go.
Chuck. All right. Can you hear us?
No.
I might kick him and then he can come back. I now see it's no devices are connected. There he goes. He left. All right. We'll get it figured out, guys. But anyway, we'll show a couple of screenshots for this movie. We got, some of the cast members here. Of course, Christian Bale, I think one of the finest actors there is. This is one of the roles that put him on the map. This is way before Batman. Of course, Jared Leto, with a very 80s hairdo right there, is Paul Allen. And we got some more Bale. And Justin Theroux, who I think is a fine actor in his own right. Yeah, Bruce Wayne was a serial killer first. Can you believe it? And then, of course, here he is peeling off his mask of sanity, Aaron.
Yep.
Here he is with his axe. The axe that kind of bothers Jeff because it's all chrome. Here he is doing some extracurricular sporting activity. All right, we'll go. There's the movie. Here's the movie poster art.
That scene was crazy.
Here's some of the ladies in the movie. We have Samantha Mathis was in this movie. Chloe Sevigny was in this movie, and Reese Witherspoon. I always thought she had an adorable smile, guys. And here's a shot of some of the other the cast together. Very 80s looking cast right there for sure. And of
Wall
course,
Street.
yeah, it's based on the 1991 novel, New York Times bestselling novel by Bret Easton Ellis.
And William Dafoe.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe's in this movie. Josh Lucas, who you may remember from movies like Wonderland, was in this movie, and he was in Sweet Home Alabama with Reese Witherspoon. All right, and well, while he's waiting to come back, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go share a little bit about this Wikipedia page because I kind of do a little different than some of the things I do a little bit differently than Robbie and Paige do. So
You do
we'll just
you.
do that real quick. This is for the Wikipedia. It says American Psycho is a 2000 black comedy directed by Mary Herron. Mary Herron directed other movies that I don't know if you guys will know or not. She directed a film called I Shot Andy Warhol and The Notorious Betty Page. Anyway, it's based on the 1991 novel by Bret Easton Ellis. Hey, Aaron, if he comes back, just let him in, okay?
Yeah.
Christian Bale is Patrick Bateman, a New York City investment banker who leads a double life as a serial killer. It also stars Willem Dafoe, Jared Leto, Josh Lucas, Chloe Sevigny, Samantha Mathis, Cara Seymour, Justin Theroux, and Reese Witherspoon. They all appear in supporting roles. The film blends psychological horror and black comedy to satirize 1980s yuppie culture and consumerism, exemplified by the character of Patrick Bateman. Ellis considered his controversial novel unfilmable. However, producer Edward R. Pressman was determined to adapt it and bought the film rights in 1992. Stuart Gordon, David Cronenberg, and Rob Weiss considered directing the film before Mary Herron. And Turner began writing the screenplay before Herron. Okay, they all considered directing before Herron and Turner began writing the screenplay in 1996. They sought to make a 1980s period film that emphasized the novel's satire. The pre-production period was tumultuous. Herron chose Christian Bale to play Bateman, but because distributor Lionsgate Film wanted Leonardo DiCaprio in the role, Herron was fired and replaced with Oliver Stone. But after DiCaprio and Stone left due to creative differences, Herron was rehired and then allowed to cast Christian Bale.
That was good.
Yeah, principal photography began in February of 1999 in Toronto and New York City. And American Psycho premiered at the Sundance Film Festival on January 21st, 2000.
Nice.
And was released theatrically in the United States on April 14th. The film received mostly positive reviews with praise for Bale's performance and the screenplay. It grossed $34 million on a $7 million budget.
Yeah.
And it has since developed a cult following and a strong presence in meme culture in the 2010s. There was a direct-to-video sequel called American Psycho 2 starring Mila Kunis, but it was a pretty crappy movie, y'all. I'm not reading that on Wikipedia, but trust me, it had little to do with that movie, and it was just like they were just trying to cash in on the name recognition.
Oh, that's too good.
A new adaptation of the novel directed by Luca Guadagnino was in the works as of 2024, but I don't see that this movie needs another adaptation.
No.
I think this is there he is.
Yeah.
Bring him in, Aaron. Can you bring him in?
Yeah.
Can you hear us now?
I can now. Thank you.
Awesome.
Well, we just
Sorry
got
about that,
through
guys.
all we talked about. I'll recap it just briefly. originally Heron was brought on, but when she wanted to cast Bale, Lionsgate said, "No, we want Leonardo DiCaprio, so you're fired." So then they tried to hire Oliver Stone, but Oliver Stone and DiCaprio weren't getting along. So then they left the project, and then Heron came back, and they allowed her to cast Christian Bale.
Yeah, and that was good. It's the twist of fate, right? Twist of fate.
Sometimes you get the exact right actor when someone's not available or someone else turns it down.
Yeah.
And another interesting thing about this is I was watching an interview with Christian Bale several years ago. They said, "How did you come up with this character of Patrick Bateman? How did you approach it?" He said, "Well, I saw clips of Tom Cruise on the Late Night with David Letterman, and I said he seemed like he was a very phony person, like he's putting on this phony persona in public. So I fashioned it myself after the way Tom Cruise, carries himself in public." So
That's funny.
No, it's great, and you could see it in the portrayal. Yeah. You could really see it, man. I love that. I knew that. I love that you told me that when we watched it last night, man. It's freaking cool.
Yeah, Matt. Thanks for stopping by. I do highly recommend it if you've not seen it. And like I said, we do, and we got Bo here going, Studio. Oh,
great album.
Yeah, Bo's here in studio. It is, and like it's one of Patrick Bateman's favorite albums. Like he goes on great lengths about how much he loves Whitney Houston's "I Believe the Children Are Our Future." So I mean, like, there's like, what the hell? You listen to Whitney Houston?
You want more than one album?
Yeah, so, we're going to go ahead and go around the horn here. Let me get my little thing out here so I can know what I'm doing. Know what I'm talking about. All right, guys. I'll start with well, since Jeff's got his camera. Hey, Jeff, here we're matching. Look, I got the axe. All right, so Jeff, we're going to start with you. What are your overall thoughts on your experience watching this film? I know we watched it last night, me, you, and Aaron.
Well, first off, being a kid of the '80s, bravo on all the semi-comedic critiquing of different musical albums. That was like one of my favorite parts of the whole movie, all throughout. The way he kind of worked them into different scenes and all that stuff.
Yeah,
talking about Huey Lewis and the News and Whitney Houston and Phil Collins and all that. The stuff was hilarious.
The highlights of the movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about that later, Bo. That's interesting you brought that up. We're going to talk about that later because we talked about that last night, but we're not there yet. All right, keep going, Jeff.
Yeah, but great question, Bo. Where was I? Music. Okay, so music. Also, I was a fan of Wall Street with Michael Douglas and Charlie Sheen. Greed is good, So this was kind of set in the same type of scumbag, sociopathic, psychopathic Wall Street setting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and so in the beginning, we're just kind of generalizing in our thoughts on this thing. What Bo said was one of the thoughts, is this thing, did this happen or was this on his crazy kind of psychotic head? We don't know. One thing that stuck out and still kind of eats at me is Willem Dafoe played a great private investigator.
Yeah, he did.
And we never got a resolution as to, was Willem Dafoe hot on his trail? Did he know? Did he not know? Especially because there's a part where Patrick Bateman, Christian Bale's character, pulls out Huey Lewis, the album Full, and he starts talking about it. And then later on down the road during an interview with Willem Dafoe's character, which was, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he pulls out, yeah, Kimball. He pulls out Huey Lewis 4. He goes, "Hey, by the way, do you like Huey Lewis News? This album 4 is fantastic." And I was like, is that his way of saying wink, wink, nod, nod, you're not as smart as you think you are?
Yeah.
Because at this point, Patrick Bateman was getting away with all of his serial killings.
Yeah.
But overall, pacing is pacing not one of the later categories we talk about?
Well, no, you can talk about it now. We'll talk about like style and structure later, and then the theme.
Okay.
You can talk about it.
So just overall, the pacing was good. The first time I saw it, it brought me in and kept me all the way till the end of the ride. I won't say that I was happy with the way it ended because I like things to be resolved and comfortable, and it wasn't comfortably resolved for me. And I'll leave it at that.
Nice.
All right, Aaron. Style. What do you think your overall thought?
Overall thoughts on this was that I always was not interested in this movie. This is before. I've just never wanted to watch serial killing too much, but I'm glad that I watched it because I have to say that it was very well done. Excellent banter between the characters, excellent monologue in his head, excellent writing. There were some gratuitous scenes of debauchery that it's not to my taste, but overall, I like that the ending. You know, I do enjoy a level of abstraction in films, and so the ending to me was total kick ass. You know, so that's my summary. How do you like that?
Chad.
Yes. Overall, well, this is. Let me see. I saw this when it came out on DVD, so probably around 2000 or so. I've seen it a couple times since then. I mean, I loved it. It was the regular cut. Last night I watched the uncut edition, which had a little bit more gratuitous stuff in there, and filled in a couple blanks, and it was all right. But I love it. I've always been fascinated with the pathology of serial killers, and I don't mean in a hero worship kind of way. I see that a whole lot these days.
Yeah,
I just mean the pathology of it.
Yeah, you don't
the way he plays.
Same here.
Curiosity,
yeah. Like, how could someone like realistically think that way? You know, it's trying to wrap your head around it. You know. Yeah. I love it though.
It's interesting. I had friends in the past that seemed to dignify that serial killing aspect of it. You know, I never did.
The thing that's interesting though is like how they've been kind of idolized. The people having shirts of like, John Dahmer and Charles Manson. Even though, I mean, they always point out, well, technically he didn't kill anybody, but he did kill some people though, and he's directly responsible. Now, what's interesting about this movie is there's always been kind of a fascination with serial killers in our culture. Going back to like the 70s, like there was kind of like that was like the height of like the serial killing kind of thing, like people like Bundy was probably one of the more famous ones, and him and Gacy. But it's also I'm with Chad. I'm with you on that though. Like this, the mentality of somebody that would do something like that's why I watch documentaries about the SS. It's not that I like that kind of thing. It's just like, how do people get themselves into this mindset that what they're doing when they're doing something that's awful?
Yeah,
is the right thing to do, or like this is how they have to have self gratification.
I think this movie reveals that.
Yeah, and a lot of the things in this movie kind of has a parallel to Bundy. Bundy was really like movies that were violent towards women, to watch. You see Bateman working out to Texas Chainsaw Massacre in this movie, and stuff like that, and just the complete narcissism and this lack of like empathy for anything or anyone, and we'll get into performances later because I mean Bateman, I mean the way he plays Bateman in this movie, like he's actually a character that's kind of revisited by Bret Easton Ellis. His brother is also was in a movie called Patrick Bateman's brother is what's his? I can't remember his first name, but he was in the Rules of Attraction book. So Bateman's a character that you hear in these other books by Bret Easton Ellis. But it's interesting, like how you can get into the mind of that. And Matt H said, "I've killed some cereal in my time." Well, you know, I took a cereal box one time and cut it in two pieces and tied a string to it and hung it around my neck. And then I had like a fake knife sticking into it. And I said, I got attacked by a serial killer and went to Halloween like that. So, now I had a knife too. So I'm a serial killer. So I got a Raisin Bran box over my neck. Yeah, it's like, okay. And also, I kind of like this how it's like at the end of it gets kind of to the point you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What is reality and what's not? Because it's almost like you're in the mind of this person that's losing his mind.
I love it. Yeah.
That's why I picked this from March Madness, because what's in his mind and what's not in his head. Has he really went this far, or is his mind making him think he's went this far?
Exactly.
And I don't know. It's interesting. Is all I'll say about that.
Because of the outrageous action scenes that don't make sense, right?
Yeah, Less Than Zero. He's also in Rules of Attraction, JSS. Yeah, thanks. Sean Bateman or something like that's his name. All right. I was going to say Jason Bateman, but that's an actor. All right. So I'll start. I'll kind of read. The way I go. We'll start with the last person first this time, so everybody gets a shot.
Okay, counterclockwise.
We'll talk about the casting, Chad. So, what is the standout performance? Your favorite character from the film?
I forget her name. But his side piece there.
Samantha Mathis?
Yes. That was quite a performance. Her portrayal of like being addicted to pills, and her mental instability, and like they go out to dinner and she keeps going back and forth and like nodding off, and then like you can tell she definitely wants to end it or talk about something before he leaves, but she's so messed up and wrapped in his head. I just thought it was a very convincing portrayal of it.
What did you think she wanted to tell him, but she didn't say?
I'm not sure. I was thinking in my head maybe that she found out about the little choking thing with her fiance. Can you remember the restroom scene where he's going to murder that guy and he actually thinks it's like a sexual thing? That's his fiance. So I think maybe that's what she was going to tell him, was that she was going to break it off with him and she wanted to be with Bateman. And she knew that he was going to say no. That's my guess.
Yeah, either that or like maybe she was like, "Are you? What are you really up to?" or something. Maybe she was like onto him a little bit, like you're up to something. I don't know. I kind of wondered that too, though, Jeff. That's a good question.
Yeah,
I thought she was going to say that she loved him.
Yeah, I thought she was going to go there, like I want to be with you instead, or something like that.
Yeah.
And also, Chad, I'll point out, I've seen people that take Xanax, and she really knew how to act like somebody that was
she
out their mind on Xanax. Because she's taking that, because they're all like, "Oh, where are we at?" Like, because he's like, "I'll get a reservation at Dorsey." He goes, "Sure," and he calls them, and they're like, "Can I get a reservation at 9:00?" They're like, he looks laughing in his face. So he just takes her to some restaurant. He goes, "This is Dorsey." Yeah. It's like, yeah, you'll be all right.
She's falling asleep at dinner.
Yeah. Like, and also it's so superficial too, because like, does he really love this woman? Does he really want to take her out and show her a good time, or just want like her to go back and go, "Yeah, he took me to Dorsey"? He don't care if she's conscious or nothing. Like, it's all status symbol, right?
Yeah.
It's all status symbol stuff. This is like 1987 New York City,
Yeah.
All right, Aaron. So you can highlight your favorite character in the movie.
Well, besides Christian Bale, right?
Jared, I don't care.
Well, he was probably my favorite because he really described like how he could do these acts and how he was absolutely empty inside, and he portrayed that so convincingly when he would start all of a sudden like win over the table that he's hanging out in a restaurant by just saying like trite things, but going into them, delving into them like a politician, like perfectly, you know. And also, I loved Jared Leto because I loved the banter between those two guys for the first half of the movie, because they're both, like you said, they're superficial and it's all about materialism, you know, and they're just cutting on each other and just insulting each other. And I don't know, there was something about that was highly entertaining to me. So I would say those two. Of course, William Dafoe as well, but he wasn't on there as much. But just he's such a seasoned pro that, you know, just his facial expressions when he's talking to you.
You know, had kind of a Columbo thing to him though, like, you know, like, oh, one more thing.
Yeah.
You know, you remember Peter Falk's Columbo was always like, you know, I got one more thing. Just curious about one thing.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff. Let's let you highlight a character or favorite character.
I'm gonna piggyback directly off of what you guys just said. Willem Dafoe for me. So you talk about a lot of different actors are actors of a million facial expressions. I think Willem Dafoe is one of those guys. And like I said, the role he played as the private investigator, Kimball, he never concrete 100% lets the audience know I'm on to Bateman. I know he's the one that did this, and I'm going to out him. He's just popping up. I know it's not that much, but he's just popping up here and there, and all of his lines and all the banter between him and Patrick Bateman start to lead you to believe that he's on the trail, but you're not sure. And he's playing like these little cat and mouse games about, you know, where were you on this night?
Yeah.
And Patrick Bateman contradicted himself a little bit. He's like, well, you said this, wait a minute, you know, and all that. And his facial expressions seem to be almost taunting Bateman's character. Like,
Yeah.
you think that you're the uber intelligent, you know, you're the smartest guy in the room and you're way ahead of everybody, but are you? And again, I know he wasn't there that much in the movie, but I'm going with Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, you summarized it well.
I like that. That's a good.
And he interrogated, well, not interrogated, but he questioned convincingly to you as a former guy who would do that, right?
Yeah. You laid him
Somebody
little traps.
Somebody in the chat said Willem Dafoe looks like somebody out of the 70s Marvel bullpen, the library, I think it was.
Yeah. He said he
does look like a villain.
He does look like something that's created by the Marvel bullpen in the 70s for sure. You can call me Al. You mean Al like that song? Man, walk down the street. All right.
I thought he said AI.
Hey, we got Mark here. Hey,
what's up, Mark?
Well, I also want to kind of highlight this, like, because there's something before I go to my character. I just want to highlight this because Aaron brought it up about how he'll say shit like that. Model asked him, "What do you do?" He goes, "Oh, I'm in murders and executions."
Yeah, he'll just blurt it out.
And she thought he said mergers and acquisitions because they're in this loud nightclub. So he does this stuff, and they kind of laugh it off, or they don't really hear what he says. Like there's a scene where he's talking to Leto, and he tells Leto this.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane? Great tan.
That was a great scene between those two.
He's just great tan, Marcus. It's great tan. Also, I'm going to highlight a couple of things because there's only 4 of us, so I feel like I can do this. The character I really liked a lot, though, is because I think we're seeing all these people through the lens of this girl because she's more of an innocent, like she's not jaded.
Yeah,
she seems like she's a good person, and she's way over in her head being Patrick Bateman's personal assistant or secretary.
Yeah, secretary. Yeah,
70. I just and I don't know if she knows how close she came to dying, her character, but You know, I don't know if it was a mix between Reese Witherspoon saving her by calling and leaving that voicemail or that message on his answering machine, and that's like one of the only times. Well, that's only one of two times he's actually honest with people, right?
Yeah.
He says if you stay here, you're going to get hurt. He meant emotionally, but he meant actually you're going to get hurt because he's asking her all these questions like, so what do you want to do with your life? He's grabbing duct tape. He opens up and says, you want some sorbet? He opens up her door, woman's head in there.
Yeah, that was shockingly funny.
Oh my God, dude.
You're laughing at things you wouldn't ordinarily laugh at, you know? Yeah, and what was in Lady Braven was right. What's up with the returning the videotapes? You know?
Videotapes. And, well, you know,
gotta go return some videotapes.
I like to do hyperbolic, you know, clickbaity like polls for everybody. So like, wait a minute, is he saying this is the best movie about serial killers of all time? But, right now, American Psycho's winning by 54%. So get your votes in.
It might be Silence of the Lambs for me too, Jeff. I agree with that.
Also, I want to highlight the guys in this movie. You got Josh Lucas and Justin Theroux and they're Jared Leto. They're all these corporate raider like Gordon Gekko type people, you know, like
you love to hate them.
They're all doing like they're doing blow in the bathroom. They keep talking like, man, this has got like a gram of like sugar in it, man. Because I want to get high. I don't want to put it on my cornflakes. Yeah. And then the guy in the stall next to him goes, could you guys shut up? I'm trying to do drugs over here.
Yeah. Like I said, the banter was awesome.
It's so 80s. It's so 80s and like
over the top.
You know, and we get a lot of mentions of stuff in the 80s. Like they talk about Reagan. And they talk about the Sikhs killing people in Sri Lanka. You know, and like
that's what I was talking about. He's like carried on like a politician.
Like they're trying to be smart, you know, like they're trying to be smarter than they are. But also, like, I just like the banter between all of them, like when they're like sitting there talking about having drinks and like, are you really friends with these? Are they really friends? They don't really seem like they're friends to each other.
Not at all.
They're acquaintances that like want to hang out with each other and be seen in the same places. And like, it's all very superficial. Like when Willem Dafoe was asking Patrick Bateman about where did Jared Leto's character go, and he's like, oh, he went to the Yale Yacht Club a lot. Oh, did he have a yacht? No, he just hung out there.
Yeah, they'd always undermine each other no matter who's in the room.
And he's like, he's part of that whole Yale thing. He goes, what do you mean? And he goes on this whole thing about he's probably closeted and he did a lot of cocaine. And he's like, well, and I like the way Willem Dafoe handles it. He's like, well, what other things you know about besides the information you just told me, which is useless to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah. So I want to highlight the guys, like the group of guys. So yeah, that's for me. That's
awesome.
Yeah, and From Hell is a good movie too. That's another serial killer movie. You know,
even the group of guys.
Also, what you might not be thinking of that it's going to be on March Madness, isn't it, Chad? Henry: Portrait of a Serial Killer, which is loosely based on the actual serial killer Henry Lane Lucas, I believe. All right. So let's talk about the style and structure. We're talking about the writing, the story structure, the cinematography, all that stuff. And Jeff, this time I'll start with you.
Cinematography?
All that. Cinematography, the style, structure, you know, the writing, all that stuff.
The cinematography, I won't say it was great. I'll say it was good. The writing structure to me was great. The way the movie moves along, and it's just the audacity of the movie, the just craziness of it, all the different scenes you guys have been describing that are like what you know head next to the sorbet, and just the wildness of Bateman's character. And the fact that he gets away with it somehow, you know, it's I don't know, it's written really well. So it was cinematography, structure, and the other one was
style.
Well, yeah, it can also be like, you know, the clothing they wore,
Oh, they nailed that. Like I said, when I was talking about overall, they nailed Wall Street in the late '80s perfectly. Everybody's snorting more coke than that their sinus cavity can house, and they're all just completely surface level, vapid people,
Yes.
totally devoid of any kind of substance or humanity. So they did that
Morality.
perfectly, and style wise, I think it's top tier style wise
Yeah.
as well.
Aaron, same question.
Yeah, I can't. As far as cinematography, it came out in 2000, and when you see a movie from the mid to lower 2000s, sometimes you can't tell. You can tell it's from that period, and other times it seems like a modern movie, right? So the opening scenes and stuff like that, it did seem like an older movie for 2000, and the cinematography was pretty good. I mean, the lighting was good. There were sequences throughout the film where you're questioning, especially during the second half, is this really happening? So the way it slowed down during like a car explosion from a pistol, one pistol shot, for instance, stuff like that was done pretty well. But overall the cinematography seemed dated for its time, like from the '90s, late '90s.
Yeah, and I like how he goes into the building because they all look alike. He goes into the wrong building and realizes, oh crap, this guy's going to wreck. He goes back in, shoots the guy, then comes back out, and then he goes to the other building and pulls out. You're going to shoot him, and pulls out a pen,
pulls out a pen, and that's the writing, right? So the writing was really spot on, and I guess they had the novel to draw upon for when he was had the monologues going on in his brain, and I thought that was really written well and overlaid well. Unlike other movies, sometimes they don't do that well. So there's that. There's the writing and the style. Yeah, I'm a kid of the '80s. I wasn't in the college years of the '80s, but that certainly it seemed very realistic to me. So
yeah. All right, Chad, style and structure.
I guess I'll start with the cinematography. I kind of agree with you guys so far. I don't think it's like wholly over the top. It's a lot of like static shots, right? And a lot of it is conversations with just close-ups of people's faces or a mid shot of the group, the boys talking. But there are some like really neat shots, like when the prostitute, I forget, Claire was her name, I think was, when she escapes, right? And he's like gonna drop the axe. He's watching her go down the flights of stairs.
Chainsaw.
And chainsaw. Yeah, excuse me.
Yeah, chainsaw.
And he drops that.
He's like measuring it as she,
Yeah. Leading it almost like you would lead a shot put or something, right? Like there was some neat things. Yeah, like we had talked off stage about the murder with Jared Leto, where it didn't kind of show it. It was more of a thud. It was more of an effect, and then the after. And with that, I think the style really plays into it. Like if you look at the backgrounds, it's very minimalistic. It's very barren, very white, with very high-end audio equipment. Just very sparse, right? All their suits were 80s, Wall Street. So they were definitely thought on with that. Even some of the cars they had. And then as far as the writing and the structure go, I think the structure flowed well. Like it didn't feel like it was dragging along. Like I was enthralled the whole time. Like, oh, what's gonna happen next? Kind of thing. Hello.
Hey, madam.
What up, man?
Hey.
Hi, madam.
Hey. I
She's
started to
cold
watch
now.
this movie. I started to watch this movie this afternoon. I remember most of it, and I've seen it many times. But I was shocked at how many good actors that were unknown were in that movie. Like Justin Theroux was in it, and
Yeah,
just so many. And Chloe Sevigny, I think, just did the best job besides Patrick Bateman.
yeah.
Cool.
Well, what do you think of the style of the movie and all that?
I love it. I think it was kind of like a Pulp Fiction-esque serial killer movie.
Yeah, I see that. It's like it's kind of a non-linear story at the end of it, like Chad was talking about, like, and Jeff and Aaron, like they kind of get into this thing where it's like, okay, how much of this is really going on? And because it's like at the end of it, he can't even get arrested to save his life. He calls his lawyer. He's like, I killed all these people. I ate some brains. I did a little cooking, I just had to kill a lot of people.
He's frantic.
I got a model. Her body is like dissolving in a bathtub in Hell's Kitchen right now. Like all this crazy stuff. And
Frantically remembering
the scene, the way they blocked out that scene, Chad. You remember when she's trying to run from out of the apartment and she goes to this, she opens the closet and his body's hanging up in these bags in the closet. And he's running down the hall with his tennis shoes on, butt naked with a chainsaw.
Naked.
And
blood splatter all over him.
You know how like everything looked sterile in his apartment, like even the axe and all those tools, like the axe, it was like chrome looking, which Jeff said was kind of weird. Like I don't know. I think that was
chrome. What does the chrome axe mean? Why was that chrome?
I think it was an aesthetic choice, the same as that chainsaw, because I've never seen a chainsaw that color before either. Like usually it's like orange or green or something. Like Steel makes these orange chainsaws. So, but like as far as like also, what Chad was talking about, the stuff we talked about backstage. He goes into this long dialogue 2 or 3 times in the movie about music, but I can't really tell if he really likes this music or not.
No, he doesn't. He's trying to fit in.
He's trying to fit in because he's reading basically what Spin Magazine said about you in the news.
Yep. And
I thought they were a little bit too new wave.
And by far my favorite scene in the movie is him running naked with the chainsaw. Right? I don't know why, but I appreciated it.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
And the fact that he nails her at the bottom just by chance, like he's just, I love it.
Yeah, his verbal polish, and yet he's so empty. Just that contrast.
Well, he says in the beginning, I am so empty. People see a person, people see this person, but it's not me. I'm empty.
Oh, yeah. And
I'm not here.
Yeah. Speaking of style and structure, again, there is the great beginning of the scene where he talks about all this stuff he does to his body, and he's pulling this mask off. It's like exfoliating. I guess it's a exfoliating thing, and like he's like, my mask of sanity is peeling away while he's peeling this like exfoliating mask off.
Yeah,
and so it's like and then when he kills him with the axe, like and the music comes in and you don't see it, but like it's kind of like Psycho. Remember the movie Psycho? You never actually see the knife hit her.
That was too much special effects.
But that's
you see your arm go up. And then you see the blood go down the shower drain.
Yeah.
And then he throws the thing in, and he's calm again. It's like these serial killers have to get this out. It's like a drug to them, But like the crazy scene is like this part where like Jeff was showing that picture in his profile. So he's got this blood spatter on his right side of his face, and the left side's clean still. And he takes the raincoat off, and he calmly sits down while Huey listens to the news is blaring, and lights a cigar up, like he's like, oh, I'm celebrating, like I got my victory cigar. And then they do a shot where it pans around from the bloody face, and they come around, and you see this profile, this side where no blood, and it's like the two sides of Patrick Bateman. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And, also,
he was born without empathy, I believe. So
that's a lot of if we.
But he knows it somehow, and I think it's driving him. It's driving him insane.
He knows he's different, and he knows he has to act normal to get by in society.
but it's
So
also
piggybacking off what she just said. So, sorry, Aaron.
No, it's cool.
We're all talking about different things about, was this all something in his mind or was this real?
Right.
So especially, you got the girl trying to escape, banging on doors, running down the hallway, screaming. Then he's running down buck naked with a chainsaw. It's like that would have sparked about 50 million 911 calls, right?
No, you're wrong.
know-
Because a lot of people don't want to call 911 when they hear screaming like that.
Yeah, true, but maybe the
Yeah,
chainsaw.
And then they're like, "Is that a chainsaw? Oh hell no, I'm not calling."
Okay,
So
here,
you have that part, and then you have the part where he goes back to a scene of his crime, because I'm guessing because he's maybe wanting to clean it up or do something or whatever. And there's some woman in there, and he's looking around, and everything's been painted and repaired, and there's no sign of all of the carnage that he caused. And he's like, "What?" And she's like, something like, "Everything has been taken care of. Move, just move along."
She goes,
And he has this confused look on his face, like, what's going on? So it's like, again, it feeds into that, what's real and what's not.
But like, you can't tell if he's just crazy or like she's covering it up, because then she said,
"Yeah,
please leave
I
and don't
couldn't
never
tell."
come back." Yeah, I couldn't tell. Now, I really brought up the lack of empathy. I'm going to read you the definition of a psychopath from the dictionary. A psychopath is a person with a personality construct often overlapping with antisocial personality disorder, or ASPD, characterized by a lack of empathy, remorse, or guilt, combined with manipulative and impulsive antisocial behavior. They are often superficially charming, narcissistic, and use others for personal gain. That sounds like everybody on Wall Street to me.
That sounds like my ex. What the hell happened?
Well,
certainly everyone in the movie, just about.
Any one of these people could have been one, because especially like Justin Theroux's character, I don't see him. He has a lack of empathy for everybody around him, really.
Yeah.
And Cliff says it sounds like his brother. So,
at the risk of sounding psychopathic or sociopathic, it's not very hard to do that. You get to know somebody a little bit, you start to get to see what makes them tick, where their little soft spots are. It's so easy to pull on those strings or push on those buttons and get them and manipulate them to do things that you want them to do.
Well, thank you, Master Manipulator, Class 101.
I'm just saying it's true. It's true.
Hey, Aaron,
are you married? I feel bad for your wife.
No, twice. They're gone. They're safe now. Well, one of them didn't make it because I nailed it with a chainsaw from the 24th floor.
Yeah, because that happens.
Oh no! All right. Well, the other thing I was just going to say was I really liked the set pieces in this movie. Like, I didn't live in New York in the '80s or anything, but I've seen a lot of documentaries about like the club scene, Studio 54, a lot of the stuff in the late '80s, early '90s, and like I felt like the nightclub seemed like it kind of had that vibe of like what I would have imagined. I'm not from New York, but what I would imagine a New York nightclub would have been like in the late '80s.
Yeah.
Very kind of artsy, kind of like, you got those girls dancing and acting like they got the little toy guns and stuff.
Yeah, like they're pointing pistols at the crowd, like that's kosher.
And it's interesting, like, and the way some of the people are dressed, like you had a guy serving drinks with angel wings on and no shirt, so it kind of reminds me kind of club vibe back in New York back in the day that I would have seen in a movie or something. Or like, I don't know if anybody's ever seen that movie with Macaulay Culkin called Party Monster.
Party Monster.
No.
Yeah, it had that kind of vibe to it, like when they're in the club. And but anyway, so we're going to move on to the next thing. And so we talked about style and structure. So now we're going to talk about the music. Let's talk about the score, the music in it, and how it affected the film. And I will start with Chad this time.
Yeah, I thought the music and the sound design was pretty well. I didn't notice a whole lot of like additional music beyond, a little bit of suspense, like a little string here and there or something. And then like the actual songs, Huey Lewis and Phil Collins and things like that. But I think those worked really well. Within that, they help kind of amp the movie up and give it a different dimension to it. Madam, to your point, was talking about like he goes on the rants about the music because it's how he fits in.
Yeah.
And then Matt, you were talking about like his skincare routine. And I think all of that is to show us that his lack of his humanity, right? He focuses on the details that he thinks humans should do at the time.
Yes. Yes.
So he
He
can fit
focuses
in.
on what normal people do.
Yeah.
But can I tell you the soundtrack from the whole movie I hate? Because I hate Huey Lewis on the news and I hate
Come
Phil
on.
Collins. Sorry, I do.
Oh,
I want a new
Sorry.
Adam,
drug.
It
Get out of
ruined it
here.
for me. If we had some different music, it could have been a little better.
Adam.
I want a
Oh
new
my
drug.
God.
You're taking off the drug.
Yeah. He wants to kick you out so bad right now. He can't do it. All right. Continue, Chad.
Phil
Continue.
Collins?
Oh,
Oh,
I'm good.
Oh no,
Okay.
it's so boring
So,
and
do
lame
I
and
even have to ask you
slow.
about the music then?
Oh.
Don't you think it went well with the movie though? It's the 1980s. Okay.
No, I mean, there's a lot of 1980s music that would be a lot better than that.
Okay. Well, we already know what you think. Let's ask Aaron what he thinks of the music.
Well, I didn't really notice anything extraordinary about the score, the movie score itself, and that's probably a good thing. Other than, I didn't really analyze the movie. I watched it once with you guys, but it did bring the emotion that you needed for each scene, I think, appropriately, or whatever ironic twist was happening. Like if there is, after all, the movie was it's dark humor,
It's comparable to Clockwork Orange when he's putting on that Mozart, the Beethoven music or whatever, and torturing him.
Yeah,
with the music,
with
with the score of the music. It's almost like that.
Yeah. I love 80s pop, so of course I can probably go through bands and tell you what I like better than what we heard, but it served its purpose because after all, not only was the main character empty within, but it was the film was also portraying how empty society is in Wall Street and stuff like that. And so of course a lot of the music of the time was bubblegum, so I thought it fit perfectly. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it.
I thought the ostentatiousness of everyone's life and the materialistic things, and that's like all they're focused on. That's their meaning to exist. Was really that they really captured that in the 80s.
I was surprised. Yeah.
Jeff, what do you think of the music?
The score, I didn't really notice much. So again, I think that speaks to it probably being scored well, because I don't know, kind of like what Aaron said, different parts of the movie, I don't remember anything causing tension or suspense or anything. But when it comes to the music like Huey Lewis and Phil Collins and all that stuff, I absolutely loved all of it.
Yeah. I agree. Like I kind of like where they're playing Susudio, and he's stuck posing
that
in the
was
camera.
hilarious.
Oh my god!
And then
That was so cringe.
And then he was portraying Tom Cruise too. Like,
Yeah,
that little bit of knowledge helped so
I
much.
kind of think the music fits because I don't know. I remember the '80s and
it's of the time.
The '80s, we want to think of '80s music is like, oh, we only listen to all the hit music, but the top radio was like Whitney Houston, Huey Lewis and the News, and yada yada yada, like that. The stuff and it's like he's not really like this stuff though, as you can hear when he explains this hilarious scene here. We're talking to the guy, and
came out in '83. I think they really came into their own, commercially and artistically. The whole album has a clear, crisp sound and a new sheen of consummate professionalism.
He's just repeating stuff.
His portrayal is awesome, guys.
constant. And I didn't get to play this one earlier, but did I play the card one yet? I already played that, didn't I?
But just
The
his
business card.
The business card one.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the business card.
This
That
this
shows how
is
OCD
music.
he is.
It's not got anything to do with music, but I gotta play this. Okay, I gotta play this.
Look at that subtle off-white coloring. The tasteful thickness of it. Oh my God. It even has a watermark.
Yeah, this is a must-see.
Oh my God! It even has a watermark.
And they all look the same. That's so funny.
No, well, they were subtly different, but in the
Right.
Yeah, Chad.
Oh, and I don't know.
What's
Did you
that?
say something? Did you say something?
Nope.
No.
I was just gonna say I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but during the filming or during the release of this movie, you know how he has this hatred towards Paul Allen.
Yeah.
Paul Allen was currently sitting on the board of directors of Microsoft. I don't know if there's any connection or not, or if it's an Easter egg, but
The book was
anyway.
written in 1991, so I don't know, was Paul Allen in charge then? So it could just been
he was probably on the board of directors still. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to start with Jeff this time. And Jeff, the theme. What is this movie trying to tell its audience?
I think it's trying to it's trying in a wow, dare I say comedic in a sickly comedic way to put a mirror up to society and go, hey, look, is this what the top of our society is supposed to look like? Is this what everyone is striving for? And I think for them to cast the main character as a absolute psychopath that is totally, driven by surface things. I think it was a statement of the excesses of the times,
Yeah.
the tail end of the 80s, everything was about cool hair and cool cars and fucking Ray-Bans or whatever the sunglasses were and making money on Wall Street.
Money.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah, money. And
Money.
really
It was a
changed?
big business boom. Sure.
Yeah, and it hasn't changed. So,
Yeah.
I think that's what it was trying to say.
Aaron, what do you think this movie's trying to tell us?
I think it's a commentary on not only the times, but just maybe capitalism in a way. It might be poking some fun at corporate America, and I really enjoyed that. What is it? Was it ultimately trying to say is that what's the difference between him and a lot of the people around him? Because did he really commit any of those acts? And what's going? So I thought it was definitely about that. Let's put it that way. I'll leave it at that.
All right, Chad. What do you think this movie's trying to tell us?
I guess I'm gonna parrot and piggyback off the rest of you guys. I definitely think it's about the hollowness of consumerism. You can tell with virtually everyone in his life that it's nothing but a competition to him. There are no feelings whatsoever. It is solely about status, about what he knows, what position he's in, who has the better business card. They're talking about even the restaurant thing, the Dorsia thing, right? Like that is a status thing. And he gets really pissed and angry because the other guy could get in, but he couldn't. They talk about yachts, and it's very much just the hollowness, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with that. Look the way he talks to that guy, the homeless guy he kills.
Why
don't you
why don't you get a job?
Painful.
Yeah, let's just get a goddamn job out, So it's kind of like that thing, and I can see that totally. Madam, what do you think this movie's trying to tell us?
I think it's a satirical performance on society and how stupid it is to be chasing wealth amongst everything else, and how shallow it makes everyone look. And there is no meaning to having a whole bunch of wealth. For that to be your purpose in life, your drive is a stupid one, I think. And I know everyone needs money, but you don't need to have a ton of it to survive. And the
Unless you collect
seeking,
comics.
the seeking of all that, I think turns people ugly.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with all that. I think it's what he's trying to tell us about the the excesses of late stage capitalism, how cannibalistic it is, consumerism, how people are like always going to follow these trends. Like Bruce Witherspoon's character's got a Vietnamese pot-bellied pig because everybody else is getting one that season. And I remember when I was younger, like the yuppie people wanting to get like, oh, I'm getting me a little pot-bellied pig. Like what the hell are you getting a pot-bellied pig? As a
Do you like
right.
little pieces of bacon?
Especially if you live on Park
Yes.
Avenue, what the fuck are you thinking? All right. And also, like his whole routine of all this facial stuff he does, and if my face is feeling a little puffy, I'll put on a cold bath while I do my stomach crunches. I can do 1,000 now.
I can do 1,000 stomach crunches.
And that's kind of crazy.
And he kind of looked like he could, though. His body was pretty on point for that show.
I was eating too while we were watching that.
Like he's like, everything is just something to do with like a product placement almost. Like not that they meant to do that, but like, ooh, where do you get that overnight bag? He's like, it's Jean Paul Gaultier. It's like there's name dropping things everywhere. And like, when Paul Allen, all these people look alike too.
Yeah.
When Jared Leto is Paul Allen goes up to him and he thinks it's Marcus Halberstram.
I love that.
And he's like, he just lets him could believe it. And he goes, he talks about, well, he thinks that because me and him both like Valentino suits and
Mark. I thought that was brilliant.
Glasses. He goes, and we go to the same barber, although I have a slightly better haircut.
Yeah, totally.
I think he is definitely masking as well as he can the fact that he is empty inside. And so he masks that by doing all these things, by doing a skincare routine, keeping his body up, buying these albums he thinks are good.
And also, it's kind of interesting when I watch this movie because I'd watched, I read something the other day that said that you could almost look at being a billionaire as almost some sort of mental illness. Like it makes you like mentally ill. Like how much money can you take with you?
Well, I quite honestly equate greed to drug addiction. It's very much the same. You can never have enough. It is your sole purpose, and you will do anything and hurt anyone to get more of it.
And like the AI thing, they don't care if people lose their jobs.
Nope.
Yeah, and money is the root of all evil, right? The love of money is the root of all evil. No one says money is the stairway to happiness.
It's funny, Jeff. I asked you that last night, right, Jeff?
Yep.
I asked Jeff that. I go, Jeff, is money the root of all evil?
It's the love of money.
As we were watching this movie, and, Jeff, I'll let you answer that.
I didn't say money. I said power is.
Yeah, you said it was power.
Oh.
And that's true. The way he treated those prostitutes too, and when he was driving up to the street corner, and
he just throw more money at her, and she would get the car.
Yeah.
And it was a game to him. It's a game to people like that. Like we've kind of seen that with some interesting files that may or may not got redacted or unredacted. We're not going to get into that tonight.
Right.
But think about it. If I got money, I can do anything.
That's it.
But I mean, there's a lot of serial killers that aren't like super well off, But the power that's getting to him, sure, I can see getting flushed with power and.
A weird way to tie a string between the era that this movie was set in and today's world. I read a little something about a study they did where. Back in the 80s, when they asked young, like elementary school aged kids, so if you could do anything in life, what would you want to do in life? What do you want your life to be, right? Because in the old, cliche stuff was, oh, I want to be a firefighter, or I want to be a plug in what little kids kind of say to that stuff. Nowadays, they're saying that most of the kids are just answering, I want to be rich. I want a lot of money.
Influencer.
Yeah, I want to hit the lottery so I have a lot of money. It's all money. Nobody wants to be a firefighter. Nobody wants to be a jet pilot. Nobody wants to be a, any of the other, traditional type career paths, I guess you could say.
And those are dignified career
Yes.
paths that require someone with correct morals and a big heart to perform.
Yes.
Yeah,
Someone's
I would
willing to put
also
skin
argue
in the
that
game.
another thing he's trying to say is there's an interesting scene at the end of the movie when, like, it's obvious that nobody believes what he's saying. Like, the guy says, that was a hilarious phone call you made me last night. But why did you pretend to be that wuss Patrick Bateman for? Like, that guy didn't even know who he was. This is his own lawyer.
Yeah.
But then he sits down, and I think it's McDermott. That's played by Josh Thoreau. Thoreau is like, they're watching Ronald Reagan give his speech about how he was married. They thought it caught him with that Iran Contra scandal, that he got out of it, right?
Yep.
And Thoreau says something interesting. He's like, this guy, he goes to a place like he's some old friendly little codger, but inside, he's a beast. And he's like,
and meanwhile,
Christian, but inside, and Patrick Bateman's character says, but inside doesn't matter.
Yeah, inside doesn't matter. Yep.
You know what I mean? Because like they don't even see what I am on the inside. If they only knew what was inside me, because how many times did he say something like, you know what Ed Gein said about women? And you're like, who's Ed Gein? Did he work in marketing somewhere?
Ed Gein.
Yeah. He's from your neck of the woods, madam.
Yeah, he was a serial killer in Wisconsin.
Dang.
And then the thing he said, then he'll bring up Ted Bundy, and like,
and the girl's like, who's that?
Yeah. It's
a warning sign.
Saved her life in that moment. It might have saved her life because he didn't get the reward of like freaking her out.
And was I the only one the first time I saw this movie got nervous when he stuck that damn nail gun in the back of her head? It's like, oh
That
God,
was outrageous.
Yeah.
I'm glad she got out of it though. That's the only good thing that really happened in the movie as far as like, well,
she was attracted to his confidence. How confident.
Yeah.
Another thing about this, all these
And
women,
he learned that confidence. He learned that as a technique to fit in.
This is crazy. All right. Well, we are at the end of this is the last thing we got going on here. So our go around, we're going to we'll give our rating. We're going to give it a 1 to 5 rating. Jeff, I'll start with you.
I love this movie. The only reason I don't give it a 5 is that when it comes to cinematography, it's not near as some of the absolutely beautiful movies that I've seen. So I'll give it a 4.5.
Okay. Aaron, what do you rate it? 1 to 5?
1 to 5. So I was pleasantly surprised by this movie. I admit that I prejudged it and I thought it would be trash and I didn't want to watch it. And so when I watched it, I found out that not only is it a dark comedy, it's a dark comedy, it's a psychological thriller at the end. And it has that wonderful, like I said, abstraction in the end where you don't really know, because there's no way those things could have happened the way he perceived it. So at the end of the movie, and I'm not trying to spoil it for anyone, but I think everyone should watch it, but you don't really know if what he's perceiving is real. And I really like that. And another thing I'd like to add is the William Dafoe character helped to bring momentum to the movie, but then he just drops out of the movie like he's not even needed, And so what I would say about this movie, why it's not a 5 for me, it has gratuitous scenes of, that don't need to be there for me. Most of the violence was off screen, but then there was the screaming. That was hilarious, dude. And that scene didn't need to be so graphic. You understand the sex scenes? And all that. So it's a 4.5 for me, but I was pleasantly surprised, and I would recommend this to anybody.
All right, Chad, what is your rating?
I have a real hard time giving anything a perfect 5. If I was, it would be because it would be very profound, and I've watched it many, many times. And since I've not watched this for probably 15 years, I'm not going to put it in that category. I'm going to say it's a solid 4. I love it. I think it's a great movie, but it's a solid 4 for me.
Yeah, That's a good score too. Hey, Madam, where do you rank it 1 to 5?
Well, I also can't give it a 5. Because I'm gonna give it a 7. This thing was amazing. There was nothing wrong with this movie. It was star-studded and interesting, cerebral. It gave you the blood. It gave you the sex. I don't care. And it was interesting and entertaining, and I loved it.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll give it a 7 for Madam. We'll say it's a 5.
That pulls everything up, all the other scores up.
Except for the pop music, though,
I
right?
kind of like
What
Chad.
about the pop music?
But Chad, it's kind of hard for me to throw around a 5. Like, now we did I reviewed Closer on the Third Kind with Robbie, and we did 2001: A Space Odyssey, and those are obvious no-brainer 5s.
Yeah.
But I'm with Chad. I think I'm going to give it a 4. And the 4 is not bad for me because I've watched this movie several times. Yeah, it's the first 7 in March Madness history is what Fable just said. So I'm going to give it a 4, a solid 4 though, because as far as even a 4 to me, even if it's a 3.5, it's got rewatchability.
Yeah.
This is one of those movies I can always revisit.
Yeah, 4's
you kind of have to be in the right mood for it though. I mean, this is not like I could watch Pulp Fiction every day. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of way I could watch every day. But with this one, I don't know that I could watch it every day. I'd have to, after I watched it last night, I had to go watch some cartoons as a palate cleanser. I watched some X-Men cartoons. I watched the X-Men animated show and some old Spider-Man cartoons. So,
if you are watching this every day, you are a psycho. I'm going to guess.
I'm sorry. If this is your favorite movie, you probably do have some problems.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
But I will say that this movie was so culturally a hit. It will never go away. This will always be a phenomenal movie. I compare it to A Clockwork Orange because that's another weird, phenomenal movie that's just out of the box.
It's one of the most memed scenes of any movie. This right here has been a meme so many times, I can't tell you.
Yeah, that used to be my ex's profile picture.
No, okay. Well, now
he's also psycho, I think.
Making sense about him now. All right.
We don't want to get sued by anybody.
All right, so I'm going to get over what we got coming up for March Madness. Here is so I'm collaborating with pop culture philosophers, Robbie Billets and Fable from One Collection Down. And here is the complete list. They've already reviewed Dark Half. I reviewed American Psycho. And on the 6th, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, Fable will have his panel up, and they will be reviewing 12 Monkeys with Brad Pitt and Bruce Willis.
That movie rules.
It's a great movie. And then next Monday on Pop Culture Philosophers, they will be reviewing Fade to Black. I will be there for that one. And then I'm back next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern for The Serpent and the Rainbow with Bill Pullman.
Can't wait to rewatch
I love that movie too.
And then I will be back on Fable Show channel on next Friday, for the 1993 film Falling Down, starring Michael Douglas, which is a great movie.
Yeah.
And then next Monday, March 16th, back on Pop Culture Philosopher with the movie Martin. It's another, I think it's a George Romero movie. And then I'm back on the 18th with Devil's Rejects. And so that's like the the second installment in the Firefly trilogy by Rob Zombie. And then I will be on I'll also be on Fable's channel on the 20th when he reviews Misery, starring James Caan and
love
Kathy Bates. Yeah. And then Robbie's going to be reviewing Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, on the 23rd. And then my last movie will be on the 25th, and we'll be reviewing The Substance, starring Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley. And then Fable's back that Friday on the 27th with California, starring Brad Pitt and David Duchovny. And Robbie's going to end it all on the 30th, and they're going to be reviewing the entire Psycho franchise.
Yeah, dude.
So we got that. And then, of course, the movie coming up for me will be, I got them already, but our next one's going to be this one. It's going to be a banger.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
The Serpent
I
and the
I
Rainbow.
love that movie when I first saw it.
Yeah.
I was enthralled with it.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen it in a while. I'm gonna rewatch.
I've
soon.
only seen it once.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to rewatch it too.
Yeah, you know that, and Brad Pitt's character in California is from Kentucky.
There you go.
Hey.
Yeah. All right, Jeff, you want to tell anybody what you got going on with me, or no? We all collaborate. We always collaborate on stuff.
Yeah, I feel weird because pretty much whatever I'm doing is usually on your show or Fable show or Gary B, the casual comic collector. Now I've been on his show now a couple times. So anyway, those three guys and Aaron's got something going on. You can find me like around these folks here. I don't have my I don't have my
I
own
run
show.
around with this group.
Yeah, I'm the tag along. I'm that little dog that chases everybody around, going, "What are we doing today, Spike? What are we doing today?"
We can talk about our G.I. Joe series, though. I always let you talk about
Yeah,
that.
our G.I. Joe. Yes, please check
Joe
out our weekly G.I. Joe, the Marvel run, original 1980s Marvel run of G.I. Joe. Matt and I are going through it issue by issue, all 155 issues. And we are on issue number 13, 13, which will be released next week. And they are fantastic.
And issue 12 is out already, so go check it out. Please give us a like and watch it. It's been a fun ride. All right, Aaron,
Yeah.
I got a thumbnail for you. What do you got coming up?
Nice, yeah. So, that's In Crowds of Extra. So, what I do on the Psychotronic Squirt Gun side is I tell a story and I drop music once every 2 weeks. On the PSG Comics, I just do the comic book stuff with the hauls and the claims and the trading and all that stuff. So if you see me around, totally click on my stuff, please. You know what I mean? Just another dork with a laptop. I have some good friends now, so it's fun,
All right. What do you got coming up?
Typically I'm on Toy Quest 101 Collectors Assemble on they moved it back to Fridays. But I've already signed up for March Madness movies. So my next one will be Friday with Fable. We'll be doing 12 Monkeys. I will be on there. Can't wait for that one. Love that movie. I dropped a few interviews recently on my channel, Metal Elf Collectibles. The last one was with a Star Wars actor, Details. So any support, give me a like, comment, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it.
Cool, Chad.
Yeah.
Now, what's up with you, madam?
Madam's had a horrible weekend. I have the flu.
No. Oh.
Yeah, and then I had to go to the ER because I thought I had appendicitis, but instead I have something else horrible, I think so. And then I just had to tear my hair out the rest of those last couple of days because bad stuff was happening. And
Oh, that's horrible. Well, click on her stuff too, you guys.
I don't have anything to click on.
I hope you're doing all right. It sucks
But
when things fall apart like that. It sucks.
Yeah, it does. But I'm trying to do a show with Rod on Wednesdays at 11 just for an hour, and I'm usually on Legion. I try to make that my one thing I'll try my hardest to make because I'm up that early, and I enjoy those guys. And Bleecker Street Comics to Church Bleecker Street. I try to go on sometimes. So
cool.
And you can see her on my channel sometimes. She's on my movie shows.
I know sometimes when I'm feeling really sad for Matt, I will come over on his channel.
Oh, cheer him up.
Damn.
Thank you, Matt.
How nice
Appreciate
are you,
it,
huh? Good friend. Good
It's
friend
all
over
out
here.
of I see how it is. Damn. But anyway,
I love you, Matt. You know that.
I love you too. It's okay. I know you. You like the support. She comes on when she can. Sometimes she's camera shy. I don't know why. She's very photogenic. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Please give all my guests a follow and a subscription and all that stuff. I guess I didn't think it through. I didn't put everybody's links in the chat, so I do apologize. But it's not that hard to find mental health collectibles, Psychotronic Squirt Gun, Big Jeff and Matt. I'm here on YouTube. And
Don't waste your time on my channel.
Don't waste your time on my channel either. Yeah, that's
no,
a good.
subscribe anyway. Just
Waste your time on mine.
Yeah, and give us
In
a
fact,
like.
if you could unsubscribe from my
Yeah.
channel.
I defer my subscribers to Aaron.
Right on.
Well, I hope to see you next week. Remember, next week our movie will be next Wednesday at 9 p.m. It will be The Serpent and the Rainbow.
That's going to be
I'm
awesome.
gonna watch that again. Yeah.
All right. And I
Let's do
hope
what we
to see
did.
all of you lovely people back next week for that movie. All right. But until next time, true believers, Excelsior.
Come, son of Jarrell! Kneel before Zod! Snitchy boochies, have